to go check out my YouTube channel, please like and subscribe because that really helps my numbers. All right, so that should be going for us here in just a moment. Just need to do one more
check out my YouTube and subscribe because that really helps my numbers.
All right, there we go. I just have to mute it so there's no feedback. All right. Whoo, I'm here, y'all. I feel like I just slid right into home. I'm here, but whoo, it's been a morning. Welcome, welcome. Let me take a minute just to look out at everyone. Okay, welcome to Magical Money Manifestations. I am your host, Valorie Lewis. I'm a psychic medium, also obviously a tarot card reader, oracle card reading. I got my start in spirituality with reading tarot cards, and so it's always had and will continue to hold a special place in my heart. I say we've been doing this for 5 years, but I think it's going on 6. I think we're rounding 6 years with Magical Monday Manifestations. I might be wrong on that. I'm gonna have to check the date so I can start speaking accurately. Anyway, this event is not going anywhere anytime soon, as far as I can tell. So welcome if this is your first time. Welcome back if you're one of my regulars. The way this event flows is we open up and ask Spirit, Source, for guidance for the week ahead. It is a collective card read. I start with tarot cards and then we move to oracle cards. I also channel messages, so I know even with the cards, Spirit finds its way to weave its messages in and its guidance in between the messages of the cards as well. So after we do that, we have a little bit of time to randomly select a few audience participants for one card, very quick, fast mini tarot reading. So stay tuned. It's random. It's different people every week. Keep coming back if you want to be selected. We usually only get to about 3 or 4. And then after that, we do what's called an energy activation. I never know what the energy activation is going to be until we get a little bit into the reading and I get a feel for where Spirit is directing our energies or our focus for this week. And then we just do a little mini activation towards the end of today's event, just to raise everybody's vibration and make sure we're all pointing in the same direction. I am sitting in the same place I always sit, and it looks very, very dark right here. So I don't know what to do about the lighting. Did I cover everything? Almost everything. I've got something new and exciting for you guys, and then I promise I'm going to get into the readings. I know y'all are like, will she please stop talking and tell me what I need to know? A new offering that is starting in September. So you have time, sort of, kind of. On Tuesdays, on every Tuesday, let me make sure I get this right before I drop the link. That's what I'm doing. I'm multitasking, y'all. Starting in September, every Tuesday, you'll be able to get an individual reading at a very affordable price because it's in a group setting. So you will get an individual reading, but it will be in a group setting, which I think is so beneficial because you'll be able to hear the messages for everybody else and the messages from Spirit, and you'll benefit from all of that. It's only $25. It's happening every Tuesday. So you'll come to Monday. Please don't stop coming on Mondays. You'll come to Monday. You'll get the collective read for the entire week. If you feel like you need a little bit something extra, I need to know the answers to my questions though, Spirit. If you're one of them people, I'm one of them people. Then you can come back on Tuesday and get an individual reading in a group setting. So that's starting in September, but there are only 5 spots every Tuesday. So if you're thinking you want a reading, I'm thinking you better sign up quick, fast, and early because those spots will go fast at that price and with there only being 5. Okay. Enough of the yapping. Let's get into the card pull. I invite you to take a deep breath. Perhaps close your eyes if that helps you, and just settle into the present moment. Just relax. Gently, gently, ever so gently, focused on what might be present for you. If you have a question, if you're seeking clarity, if there's a situation in your life, see if you can just gently hold it with openness to receiving clarity and an answer. Let's hold that for just a moment. Need to know what energies we're working with. And then imagine that like a balloon or a feather, dandelion fuzz, just release it, let it go. Let it float up to spirit, source, the divine, God, the universe. Release it and turn it over. And now your only job for the duration of the next hour or so is to allow yourself to be open to receive. Maybe even say that out loud to spirit. I am open and ready to receive any guidance you are ready to provide me. Because we cannot ask a question and receive the answer from the same vibration. So let's switch off the asking mode and move into the receiving, allowing, ready to get clarity mode. All right, I think we're settled in. I'm feeling the room settle down a little bit. I'm pulling cards already. Let's see what guidance comes from Spirit this week. The deck I'm working with this week, let me go ahead and boop, 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 do this. Spotlight. So y'all can see. I don't know how y'all's week on, but this week feels like I'm on the downside of the hill. We had some very active energies, and I feel like I'm settling in. So hopefully that energy is collective energy, and all of you are feeling like we may have just walked through one of those. What's that gauntlet? We may have just all walked through some type of energetic gauntlet. Some of us ducked when we should have weaved and got smacked, but I think we're coming out the other side of it. I think we're doing okay. All right. What cards do we have for this week? This is very interesting because we have a mix, an even mix of both minor and major arcana. Minor arcana is what do you need to know right now about your everyday life, your dealings. Major arcana is those big overarching themes that we might be dealing with, those messages that affect all areas of our life, not just the situation we might be focused on.
And the tarot deck you're using this morning?
It's Light Seers Tarot. Light Seers Tarot. Man, I do not know what is up with my lighting. I hope y'all can see the cards okay. They're not as vibrant as they should be, but y'all can figure it out. 10 of Pentacles. So we start the week out, first card, 10 of Pentacles. And to me, that just reaffirms this feeling of we're on the tail end of whatever those crazy energies brought to the surface for all of us, which are beneficial, even though it may have felt chaotic, still beneficial, but we're on the tail end of that. Tens in numerology and also in the tarot represent completion. And Pentacles is earth energy. So it's those tangible things that are available to us in our world. Pentacles often relates to manifestations as well. So that's interesting because I guess I can see how it would be a completion around our manifestations if we were working on manifesting something. It doesn't quite feel like that though. It feels like a completion of the energies, but it feels like just the beginning of our new manifestations. So it feels like we're done dealing with the energies that primed us and got us ready for what we wanted to call in next. Whatever that purification, I've been referring to it as a purification process recently, feeling like some things may have got stripped away from us, some willingly we let go of, and some were like, wait, I still need that. But it feels like some things were pulled out of our life, but I feel like that was all of a purification process. So this 10 of Pentacles, for me, the way I'm reading this card, not necessarily heroically speaking, the 10 is pointing to the end of those energies. And then the Pentacles is pointing to what's coming next. Now we're primed, now we're ready, now we're purified, now we're ready to start manifesting those things that we've been trying to call in. So 10 of Pentacles, that's a good sign for me. That's a good way to start off the week with a fresh, clean slate. I like that. One moment, I need coffee. Oh, the first sip is always so good. Okay, so now we've been purified, we are cleared, we're ready to move in, ready to start manifesting. And the very next card we get is Major Arcana, the Chariot, or as my best friend says, adventure. It's card number 7. It's that card of fast moving action, also in the tarot, which shameless plug here. I'm going to talk a little bit about the different sections of the Major Arcana because this comes right at the end of the first section of the Major Arcana, the first 7 cards. Obviously, this is card number 7. So for me in my brain as a tarot reader, also, this is a second card pointing to the end of one phase. the end of that first phase, card number 7. And as soon as we end that first phase, now we're ready to go. We're running into that next phase, that next area of our life, that next thing that is calling for us. So the Chariot represents end of that one phase, but also fast moving action moving forward. In this deck, anyway, this deck portrays fast moving action moving forward, but also the idea of so much goodness in this card. I feel like I keep starting a sentence and then not finishing it. I said shameless plug. What I was trying to say is I'm teaching major arcana here in a couple of weeks at the end of this month. If you're interested in learning tarot so that you can read for yourself or read for others or even do this, maybe you want to do magical Monday evening. That's a good class to take. Major arcana class is what I wanted to say. I'm gonna need to really concentrate my mental faculties because I feel like I probably started 10 sentences and y'all are waiting for the end of them. I'm gonna keep going. If I said something and I'm causing confusion, please put the questions over in chat. Let me get back to this card. 7, the Chariot. What I'm reading from this card, what is drawing my attention is that sunset. I'm calling it a sunset. And also the fact that this charioteer has no reins on those horses yet. Those horses know exactly where to go. Couple of things that are coming to me. I don't know what message I'm supposed to get from the sunset. Maybe I'm just supposed to show it to you all because that is just like, I can't get my eyes off of that. Maybe that has special meaning for someone here seeing that. But I do know the message that I'm getting from the fact that this person has no reins on those horses, letting go of control and trust. We are moving fast. We are being called to new destinations, new spaces, new places, new people, new connections. And sometimes our human brain says, hold up, this doesn't feel like I have any control over this situation. I'm not going to move forward until I have reins in my hand. This is spirit saying, I took the reins for a reason because your control is not going to get you there. Your insistence on controlling everything and pulling those reins is not going to get you there. What is going to get you there? Trust. Trusting that you have planted the seeds and that they are already growing. Not trusting something outside of yourself that you can't see. That's beneficial too if you have that trust. But this is trust, not just blind trust, but trust that, no, hold up. If I really think about it, I've done the work. I've planted the seeds. I've done the inner work. I've become more self-aware. I've tuned into spirit more frequently. I've done the work. This is about trust in self. Can you stop beating yourself up and telling yourself that there are more hoops to jump through? And can you just accept that for now, I've done what is necessary. And for now, I can let go of those reins. If you're one of those people that can't let go of the reins, because I know you, I'm looking at some of y'all, can you at least loosen it? Can you at least let them go slack in your hands so that spirit can direct the forces in your life to where it needs to be directed? A little more trust is being asked of us this week. A little more trust is being asked of us this week. What's our next card? All trust. The Fool, another major arcana, something else that is going to activate or have importance to all areas of our life. The Fool card is all about trust. The Fool card is a trust fall. It's the depiction of a trust fall. Here's what I want you to think of as you look at this image and you imagine yourself in the position of this lady in the yellow dress, falling off backwards, trust fall. What are you trusting in? It's not about just blind trust. What are you trusting in? Perhaps she's a scientist and she knows all about water, a marine biologist. Maybe she doesn't even believe in God, but she trusts in that water. She knows exactly what is going to happen when her body hits the water. Maybe she's completely spiritual. Maybe she's scared to death of the water like me. I would never do this. Well, maybe I would. Maybe she's scared to death of the water, but maybe she has a trust in a higher power and she trusts that that higher power has not said it's her time to come home yet. So she knows if she falls in that water, she's not going to drown and she's going to be okay. Here's the thing, I think in our society, especially in spirituality and in the circles that we all collectively of light workers run in, a lot of times we're being told what to trust in, which is not here nor there. It's not bad or good. But if you don't feel resonance with what you are being told to trust in, if you don't feel that true sense of trust, you're going to have a rough time. You're going to have a rough time. If you're agnostic and somebody tells you the way to get everything you want out of life is to trust in God, and you're like, I can kind of almost get there, but I'm agnostic, you're going to have a rough time. You have to figure out what is it that you trust in. Do you trust in spirit to catch you? Do you trust in water? Do you trust in the fact that maybe nothing else has worked and you're just ready to trust the universe? Whatever. Figure out what you trust in because that's what's giving her the ability to jump. That's what's giving her the ability. Maybe she trusts in that crystal. Maybe there's nothing else in this scene that she trusts in, but she's like, I got a magic crystal. I can do anything. Maybe that's what she trusts in. Who knows? What do you trust in? Figure out what that is for you, not what everyone else is telling you to trust in, but figure out what you really truly feel in your heart is true. And see if you can turn the volume up on that this week. See if you can take that thing that you trust in. I like to call it universal source and myself, my inner knowing. See if I can take that thing and because this is major arcana, begin to apply it to situations and circumstances across your entire life. If I truly trusted in XYZ, whatever that is for you, how would this situation look? How would I approach this? Would I still be thinking these thoughts if I truly trusted? Turn that trust volume all the way up because we got two cards talking about letting go of control and truly trusting. And they're both major arcana. So Spirit is like, we want you to tune your life. We want you to tune your life to less stress, less worry, less anxiety, more trust, more surety, more stability. And our last tarot card is the Ace of Wands. I feel like the first three cards are priming us and getting us ready, telling us where we want to focus. We want to focus on figuring out what we trust in. We want to focus on turning that lever up. And then once we do those things, towards the end of the week, we have this Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, one, fresh new beginning. Wands, fire energy, inspiration, creativity. Here it looks like she's got her third eye is on fire. Wands is also intuition to an extent. I'm going to go to the book because I feel like there's something in the keyword that maybe I haven't read in a while that Spirit wants us to see. So I'm going to read the.
Sorry, there's a question. What's the significance of the flower pattern in the water in the Fool?
Okay, I'll get back to that.
Okay.
All right, so Ace of Wands. We're going to read the keywords for this. New ideas, the seed of potential, the arrival of inspiration, illumination, intense creativity, the mirror-like nature of consciousness, the interconnectedness of all things, and the ability to manifest anything. Ooh, I like that last part. The ability to manifest anything. This ace contains all the sparks for all the ideas and they are generating intensely powerful light for you right now. For you. Yes, you. She is connecting you with the one cosmic mind, a universe consciousness. I think that was supposed to say a universal consciousness. And her delightfully magical soup that is brimming with colossal creativity. A flame burns here that is meant for you, but it hasn't been put to use yet. Oh, there's the message. There's the message. What's burning that hasn't been put to use yet? What will you create with this boundless potential? Stay open to receive inspiration and insight. You may be shown new information about your divine purpose or soul path, or you may even feel compelled to put something completely new into the world. If it feels good, it probably is good. And even though this ace can only predict the inception of something new, it also suggests that all of the energy to bring this project, idea, or feeling to a successful completion is also available to you now. And then the affirmation is, I seed my brilliant future with the roots of creativity and inspiration. I seed my brilliant future. Think about a seed in the ground. How's it going to be brought about? The roots are going to be rooted in creativity and inspiration. I feel like just by nature of the energy of creativity and inspiration, it asks you to trust. I feel like that's tied into this trust card as well. If you've ever had a truly inspired or truly creative thought, which I know you all have, oftentimes the first thing that happens after inspiration is, how will I do it? And oftentimes our human brains will kill a dream before it even has a chance to take root because we get wrapped up in the how. We don't have an answer for how. Our brains are, this is neuroscience, been proven. Our brains do not have the capacity to figure out the how of future events. Our brains can only tell us how things happened in the past. So when you come up with an inspiring, amazing idea and you're like, oh my God, that moment of, oh my God, it's right where spirit wants to keep you. But we always tip into the, how am I going to do this? It's never been done before. What if this is a pipe dream? What if this is just meant to be a daydream? All of those things immediately start subtracting from that energy. So this Ace of Wands is saying, can you stay in that energy just a little bit longer than you ever have before? Can you stay in that purity of that, oh my God, when you first get that inspiration and that creativity? And can you allow the inspiration and the creativity to take root so that the seed can grow before you start dismissing it, before you start questioning it? All right, let's go back. There was a question about the Fool card and that, what is the significance of that? That is sacred geometry. I do not know the exact name of that symbol, but I do know that that is sacred geometry. And I know that because this particular artist uses sacred geometry in other cards throughout her deck. So that's what it is. It's a depiction of sacred geometry. And it looks like those points of light are coming from somewhere up above. If you look real close, there's like little lines that swirl and then end up in a point of light. So maybe that's the divine saying, if you trust me, I'm going to put a bullseye that you can't miss right where you were going to land. I don't know. What do you think that means? Sacred geometry to me is a form of protection. It's a form of setting a room before a spell or setting up your space in a specific way to invite in specific energies. So for me, that's just the divine saying, I got you. I got you. All right, so those are the tarot cards for today. Take just a moment and see if there's anything else going on over in chat that I need to be aware of. Doesn't look like it. Looks like there may have been some questions about the order of the cards. So we'll go over it one more time. 10 of Pentacles, the Chariot. Nope. The Fool card and Ace of Wands. All right, Spirit, we got the basics for where we should focus our energies this week. Now, could you give us a few more details? I feel like there's still some questions in the collective about how to apply that to their specific situation. I also feel a very strong decision needs to be made. I don't know who that energy is coming from, but I feel very much like somebody is trying to make a decision and they've told themselves it's a big decision and they better get it right. Spirit is saying, you can't get it wrong and you're making too big a deal out of it. Make the decision and move on. But let's get some clarity about which direction to go with that decision. If this feels like you, I feel like this card is going to answer that. And this is from the Mystic Sisters Oracle deck. This is a brand new deck for me. And the card we pulled is the Coven. Look at that picture. Beautiful witches out in nature. The Coven. I have no idea what the message is because this is a brand new deck. So let's see. The Coven. The keywords are converging purpose and motives. One moment. A coven is a group of witches who have achieved such knowledge and rapport that the focus and flow of every ritual comes naturally to the entire group. When the coven comes together with a solid intention, it is a force to be reckoned with. The coven is determined, decisive, focused, and idealistic. The card signifies a group on a singular mission. Find others like you who have a similar goal. Put your minds together. Unite and don't let personal agendas distract or tear you apart. This card indicates a conscious effort to work together to create a coherent, intentional, positive outcome. Okay, so the vibe that I'm getting, this card is about the coven, layered meanings. If you receive that message, receive it, take it as yours. But in specific relation to the energy that I felt of somebody trying to make a decision about something, to me, what this card is saying is if that decision doesn't feel like what I just read, if it doesn't feel like that, if it doesn't resonate with that, with words like focus and flow, determined, decisive, focused, idealistic, everyone in the group on a singular mission, everyone has a similar goal, coming together. If whatever decision you have doesn't feel like that, then it's probably a not now or a no. If you're looking at the situation and for whatever reason you're feeling anxiety or apprehension, but you're like, but when I am in that group, it does feel good. I'm just not sure, but no, it is very directed. We do feel like a cohesive group. Then your answer is yes. So the coven, I wonder whose message that was for. Oop, I just lost my lid to my book. All right. Spirit, how can you continue to direct us? That was the coven. The card was the coven, and the deck was Mystic Sisters. The next deck we're going to is the 22 Archangels from Kyle Gray. May the light that was created and curated here today be for and towards the highest good of all, is what the inside of the box says. The 22 Archangels, Spirit, what messages can continue to guide us, help us stay focused, help us to allow that Ace of Wands energy, all of the things you've talked about. Raziel is the angel we have today, the inner workings. And in small print, it says, there are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. Hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. Raziel, let's see. Raziel's name means secrets of God, and he is the angel who governs all the sacred laws and workings of the universe. This incredible angelic being is dedicated to those who want to live with purpose and leave a legacy of healing on earth. If you are someone who feels that if you are someone that feels that there are unseen spiritual laws governing your life, or you want to have a deeper, more powerful understanding of God, the universe, and all things spiritual, Raziel is the angelic guide who can help you take that deep soul dive. Ooh, I like that. It's those questions that you're just like, how does this work? Why am I here? What's my purpose? How do I find my purpose? Those kind of questions that cannot be answered by anything outside of yourself. People can tell you how to find your purpose, but nobody can really tell you what your purpose is. They can point you in the right direction. They can say things like you're a healer, but so much more inner work has to go into that. What type of healer? How do I enjoy healing people? Is it meant for just to heal myself? Is it meant to heal the world? Is it meant to heal just my family? There's so many layers to that. So yes, psychics and readers and spiritual teachers and mentors can point you in the right direction, but you still got to do the inner work to figure out what does this mean for me And Raziel is here to help you with that. The angelic guide who can help take you on a deep soul dive. So here's your message. Your spiritual gifts and talents are beginning to blossom, but in order for your life to come into greater alignment, it's important for you to dig below the surface. This is a time to uncover truths, knowledge, and anything else that is being hidden from sight, including in your own life. Angels want you to understand that spiritual work isn't just about learning or reading. It's also a deep internal evacuation. Nope. It's also a deep, maybe I should put my glasses on. It's also, I know I brought them. I brought them. Okay, this is a time to uncover truths, knowledge, and anything else that is being hidden from sight, including your own life. Angels want you to understand that spiritual work isn't just about learning or reading. It's also a deep internal excavation where you begin to see that all you have faced, learned, and overcome is part of a greater unfolding that allows you to live with meaning and purpose. This isn't a time for you to hold back. Who has been questioning their gifts, questioning the strength of their skills, questioning if they should tell that person that message? Who isn't quite sure yet about what they're supposed to be doing with their gifts or about their connection or about their spirituality in general? If that's you, this message is specifically for you. This isn't a time for you to hold back. Lean into your gifts with confidence, knowing that they are taking you towards an even more aligned experience on earth. If you are feeling any resistance at this time, it shows that you want to make a difference and are concerned about doing things right. This awareness is what will lead you to a greater knowledge and the expression of the talents that will help you to heal others. So that feeling that we have about, I'm not sure I'm doing this right, all of that is coming from a sense of true compassion for the collective because we are concerned about doing it right. We're concerned about if I heal this person, I want to make sure that we know that we don't heal. We know they heal themselves, but I'm putting this in vernacular we can all understand. If I give this person a reading, is it going to actually help them? If I send this person Reiki healing, is it going to actually heal them? Do I really know what I'm doing? This is not a time to hold back. It's a time for you to do the damn thing. Your light is needed in this world, no matter what volume or intensity that light is. Your light is needed in this world. Just the fact that you are concerned about doing it right is telling you that you are on the right path. Because people who are unscrupulous, people who are intentionally trying to hurt people, don't ever have those thoughts. They never care whether they're doing it right or not. So the fact that you're concerned about doing it right is just something that should tell you I'm on the right path with my gifts. It's not something that should hold you back and keep you from sharing your gifts because now you're scared if you're doing it right or not. It should just be a clue. In my awareness, I know I'm concerned about doing it right. Oh, that doesn't mean stop until I know I'm doing it right. It means, oh, that means I'm a conscious and compassionate person. And that because of that, I'm on the right path. The awareness is what will lead you to greater knowledge and the expression of the talents that will help you heal others. Again, that was Archangel Raziel. For those of you who might want to look into that a little bit more, I've never heard of that angel myself, so maybe you want to Google it, see what maybe his other qualities are, see if he has any special prayers or things that you can do to call him in. All right, Spirit, what else do we need to know? What else? I feel drawn to Beyond Lemuria. This is from Izzy Ivy. And most of the art on these cards is from Izzy. channeled art, channeled messages. Let's see what deck, what messages come from this deck? Let's see. I didn't say anything about Isaiah. Raziel, I think was that last deck name. Okay, so this card, oh, Mount Shasta. I've pulled this card a couple of times. Some of you have heard of Mount Shasta before. It's considered one of those things that sits on an energetic grid line. Lots of people make pilgrimages to, did I say that word right? Pilgrimages to this spot because it's considered a very sacred, very spiritual spot. Mount Shasta is located somewhere in California. Don't ask me where. I just know it's in California. Mount Shasta, card number 37. Oh, interesting because 3 and 7 is a 10. Another completion. All right, here's the keywords, your origins, the seeds that make you what and who you are, star beings, sacred power places, unexplained mystical phenomenon, intuitive messages and downloads, dreams and visions. Oh, somebody said they used to live near Mount Shasta. There is a vortex there. Oh, that would be amazing to live by all of that energy. Or would it? Or would it? I don't know. I might feel like I'm being short-circuited the whole time. I'm very sensitive to energy. Okay, here's the message. Aware that their entire continent would be destroyed, the Lemurians traveled to other parts of the globe. They're talking about when the Lemurians were here on Earth. Mount Shasta has a profound connection with the Lemurian people, as it was one place they journeyed. There are many tales of multidimensional beings living inside the mountain and sightings of all kinds of unusual phenomenon here. When I received that's the author speaking, when I received the intuitive message that I would be writing and delving more deeply into the emerging theme of these cards, I had a strong vision to visit this mountain and channel a painting on it. That's the painting that she channeled. After a range of synchronicities, I found myself there. The ambience of this magical place cannot be denied, and the image you see on this card is what came through. Mount Shasta also seems to have a connection to star beings and portals to multiple worlds and parallel realities. On arrival at Mount Shasta, town, I was involved in a Pleiadian channeling circle where I had a vision of the stars communicating with the mountain through light code. And interconnected glowing grid lines lay over the entire earth. That's kind of what she painted. I have experienced these luminescent grid lines before. I have been told I can put my hand into them and connect my healing light with all other lights doing their work across the planet. Ooh. During my time at Mount Shasta, I came to understand there have been many UFO sightings there, and I realized how connected the Lemurians were to the star beings. Further research revealed several accounts of Lemurians being of mixed origins from throughout the universe. This place holds many stories, and I had many insights, but it felt right to keep the imagery for this card simple. It felt as if what was depicted spoke beyond the mind. I was quite perplexed at what the meaning of this card would be. I knew Mount Shasta would be an important card in the deck, but I didn't realize how significant it would be until the following was revealed. I planned to include symbols on the 10 chakra cards that would activate the chakras, but I wasn't sure how. The creation of these cards has been a profound unfolding, and when I sought guidance, I received the message that the chakra activation codes were in this Mount Shasta painting. There was a symbol for each of the chakras, and you can find them on the bottom left-hand side of the chakra cards, which is our other cards in this deck. This image is the seed crystal that the whole deck is based around. Wow. So let's talk about the divinatory meaning. If you already didn't get your own meanings out of the explanation from why she created this card and what's going on with Mount Shasta, here's what this card might mean for you. This card is about origins. It is time to honor and look more deeply into your ancestry, both your bloodline and your etheric soul lineage. Do you have an affinity with any star beings? Connecting with them might allow you greater insight into your traits, your strengths, and challenges. Perhaps you have a Lemurian connection. I do. This card may also be encouraging you to visit sacred places you feel attracted to. They may have an intuitive message for you. I just got the idea of people with questions about where did I come from? Am I a star being? What does even this mean? I just got an image of a group meditation where everybody in this meditation is kind of in their own space and discovering their own etheric lineage, discovering their own soul's lineage. So it's like maybe that's something you all want to do for yourself is go into meditation and ask your spirit guides, God, the divine source, to show you your origins, or at least show you the origins that would have importance for you right now. And maybe you get something. I know I've done that a few different times, and I believe just like I believe that what happened for myself will happen for many of you. I don't believe we just have one place of origin. I believe that our soul has traveled many multiverses and many different points in what we know to be our universe and has existed across many different lifetimes. And so mine are many varied. I mean, I've got understandings of being on a different planet. I've got understandings of being here on Earth with past lifetimes, all of that, but it's not, I'm saying that to say there's not just one for you to pick from. If you go into meditation and one comes forward, understand that there's something within that lifetime or something within that lineage or your experience that spirit is saying, this would be important or beneficial for you to know right now so that you can take this understanding and this knowledge and apply it to your current life. You can go back in 2 weeks later and get an entirely different understanding of a different lifetime or a different dimension or a different something else. So I'm saying that to say, don't go in, get just one piece and hold on to that. Understand that you are multidimensional and that there's so much that you can learn from. So go into that space open and willing to, hey, spirit, what do I need to know about my soul and its journey? I think you're going to get some really profound, interesting, maybe that's that Ace of Wands, some profound and interesting insights that'll help you. All right, let's see. Spirit, what else do we need to go to? I asked for signs this weekend and Spirit woke me up to show me 222, 333, 444, and 555. Damn. Spirit was like, just in case you didn't get it the first 3 times, we're going to keep going. I like that. I like the idea of being on the lookout for signs and synchronicities. And that's a game I think it's beneficial. I've gotten away from doing this. I just kind of recently started doing it again, but I think it's beneficial to get in the habit of understanding that spirit is always sending you signs, not just when you're in distress and crying out to the heavens, send me a sign, let me know. Yeah, they'll send it then too. The universe will line you up with synchronicity. You will allow yourself, better words. Spirit is correcting me in the moment. So I feel like a scolded child, but I'm listening. So let me rephrase what I just said. You will allow yourself to open up with and see the synchronicities. And most of us are trained to only do that when we are under stress and duress, when we are crying out, send me a sign, show me something. That's when we open up to look for them. Spirit is trying to say in this moment, the signs are always ever present. And I would like you to get in the habit of opening up to look for and see those synchronicities and those signs more often, because then you will feel more guided on a day-to-day basis and not feel like you have to wait until things get really bad before you ask for guidance. You'll see the guidance every step, every day, so that you don't get yourself in those pickles, so to speak. So how do we do that? Play a game with yourself. Spirit, show me something wonderful today. And make sure it's playful. Spirit, show me something wonderful today. And then just be on the lookout for it. Or you can do a game that me and my friends used to do together. It's a manifestation game. It works best when you play it with a friend just because it's more fun that way. Not that it won't work if you do it solo, but you pick something wild and crazy that you want to see. Spirit, I want to see a purple butterfly with pink spots with a ladybug on its with a ladybug on its back. Something wild and crazy. And then you just stay open and you look for it. That's such a fun game. And let me tell you, spirit has always come through. Always, always. You have no idea where that weird thing is that you just put out into the universe is going to show up. Is it going to be on a commercial? Is some random person just going to mention it? Are you going to see it on somebody's t-shirt when you're shopping? Is it going to be on a billboard? So many ways that spirit can line you up with that synchronicity. And I bet those things were already there. But it takes you focused, ready to receive, ready to line up with that synchronicity before you actually see it. So that's the idea. How can I get in the habit of understanding that spirit is always with me, that synchronicities are always available, and that I don't have to wait until I'm in distress, until I'm in stressful situations, until it's gotten really, really bad to call out and ask. I think the last deck we're going to go to before we go into individual readings is Oracle of the Unicorns. I got to do a unicorn because we've had tarot. I've got my coffee, so we got to do a unicorn. Triple. Tarot, unicorns, and coffee. Miracles is the card, and this is the same card on the cover image. Miracles. I pulled this card before I went on my rant about opening yourself up to synchronicities, but I feel like this is probably going to give us the same message. Have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how. This is a perfect card to wrap things up with. Surrender the how. How did Spirit know I just talked about that earlier and gave me this card? All right, collective, whoever's been asking, listen up. This feels like the card that's going to wrap it up for all of us if you still have questions. Miracles. Have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered, and surrender the how. Your prayers have been received, and a miraculous outcome is already in motion. The unicorns invite you to relax. The unicorns invite you to relax because a relaxed nervous system, a nervous system that is not in fight or flight, is a nervous system that is ready to receive. So you are invited to relax and have fun whilst you wait for your blessings to take physical form. They remind you that you are the miracle you seek, and everything you desire is already within you and one with you. There is no desire too big or too wonderful for you to co-create with the universe. That inspiration, that creativity, that idea that Spirit said is coming to us towards the end of this week, there is no desire too big or too wonderful for you to co-create with the universe. And because the divine operates outside of time, anything can happen in an instant when you let it in. Make space for miracles by releasing the belief that anyone or anything in the physical world is the source of the good in your life. I'm going to read that one more time for the people in the back who were doing something, who was multitasking, who was drinking coffee. And wait, where is it at? Make space for miracles. How? By releasing the belief that anyone or anything in this physical world is the source of the good in your life. That means let your boss off the hook. It is not their fault that they didn't approve you for that promotion, and that now you're not making enough money, and now that you don't have enough money for bills, and they are not the source of the flow of energy in your life. Let your boss off the hook. Let your parents off the hook. They didn't raise me right. They gave me all these hangups. Do you know how much I had to pay in therapy? And if they'd have just done their job, I wouldn't be so screwed up. Okay. They're not the source of the things that are good in your life. You are. Let your parents off the hook. Let your spouses off the hook. Let your children, let everybody off the hook because none of them are responsible for the good in your life. You are. You and the universe. And when you stop putting them in the position of power and saying, my life is this way because they did that thing, guess what? You open yourself up to allow your life to be any way you want it to be, because now you have stopped considering them the source of good, which means the good can flow to you from where it truly flows to you from. Instead, place your full force on the divine as your infinite, unwavering, unlimited source, and let the joy and gratitude of that truth open up gateways of abundance. Gateways of abundance. Gateways. The unicorns also remind you that the miracle you are asking for may not come in the form you expect it in. The answer to your prayers may come in a series of stepping stones, and some may not immediately make sense or seem related to your request. Stay open to guidance, follow your intuition, take aligned action, and surrender your expectations. Surrender your expectations. Surrender your expectations of what, how, and when your miracle will arrive. Let the divine handle the details and demonstrate to you that impossible can actually be easy when you surrender. Step aside and trust the magic of the universe. Ooh, I love that card. I think I'm going to have to leave that card out to reflect on throughout the week when I hit those hairy spots, when I hit those bumps in the road. The Spirit said, surrender. I love it. Okay. All right, so that's that. We're going to get into the one card pulls for members, select members of the audience. If you would like a one card pull, we have a little bit of time left. Where's my deck? Please go ahead and put over in the chat that you would like to receive a one card pull. Maybe I didn't bring it. I thought I had an extra deck. I don't see it. So I need to shuffle this one back up. Pick me, Jesse, you're up. I think I have enough time to do some really quick ones, and then we'll do an energy activation. Do y'all know what the energy activation is going to be about? It's going to be about allowing. It's going to be about trusting. It's going to be about allowing ourselves to align with the true source of our prosperity, with the true source of our love, joy, which is not here in this physical world. Jesse. Five of Swords. Look at that troubled individual. Five of Swords. Fives represent conflict and opportunities, but it also represents an idea of you're too much in your head. You're trying to figure it out too much in your head. There are things in your life that need to be figured out, but not by you alone. So maybe the next time you go in and you try to figure something out, maybe just be like 5 minutes before you try to sit down and figure it out, because there is stuff that you need to figure out. Maybe 5 minutes before, close your eyes and call in your guides and ask them to help you with the thought processes and with the clarity and with the answers and with the solutions, because fives is conflict and solutions. But this is telling me that you're too much in your head and you're not asking for your helpers. So ask for those helpers, and also be open and willing to listen, because I feel like some of the help that's going to come through spiritually is going to tell you to ask a physical human for additional help. Like it's you don't have to do this alone. It's the message that's coming through. Maybe you don't understand how to put a cabinet from IKEA together. And so you sit with your guides, and your guides are like, there's a video on YouTube. Like there's someone in the physical world that can help you. So just follow that trail of thoughts so that you can get to the solution that you're looking for. All right, let's see. Lisa has a question about the last card. Lisa, can you put that question over in chat, and I'll try to get to whatever that question is. Mary Anderson. Mary Anderson, one card pull for you. Dee Dee, I see your hand up. You'll be next. Mary Anderson, King of Cups. Masculine energy. The king represents divine masculine. Cups is intuition and feelings. I feel like this is more about feelings for you. This is the idea of being able to water here for cups. Water represents that flow of intuition and emotionals and emotions. And this individual is literally sitting on the water, but not disturbing it, having it so still that his singing bowl can also sit on the water. And it looks like he's probably running its finger around that singing bowl, making it hum. So we've got this sense of serenity, peace, and calm in the midst of his emotions. That's divine mastery. So this is saying for you, spend this week letting your emotions inform you, not grab the steering wheel. There's so much that you can learn from your emotions. Oh, I'm feeling this way today. Ask yourself why. Get curious about those emotions. Don't just dismiss them. Get curious about them, figure out where they're coming from so that you can have that peace and calm. Oh, that thing really frustrated me. Or that, did you hear what that girl said? That really pissed me off right now. Oh, why am I being pissed off? Why did something somebody else said have such an effect on me? Get curious about those so that you can have that divine mastery, is what I'm getting for you. And it feels like you're probably already got some emotions in the mix that you're already dealing with. So this is just how to deal with those, is get curious about it. All right. Let's see. Oh, we're almost at time. Let's do, who did I say was going to be next? I said somebody, Dee Dee. I said Dee Dee was going to be next. I'm going to pull a really quick card. And then for those of you who are able to stay, we'll do a very quick energy activation. The motherfucking sun. Hell yeah. Oh my God. What a great card to end in. The motherfucking sun. Dee Dee, this is for you. Nothing else I can say. No, the most positive card in the tarot. The motherfucking sun. Things are looking up for you. If you don't feel this energy yet, this energy is coming to you this week. So don't block it. Open up to receive it. Maybe play that game I talked about earlier. Spirit, show me images of the sun so that I know you're working on my behalf, so that I know that things are positive in my life this week, so I can look for and be available to receive the positive things in my life. Show me images of the sun this week. Maybe that's one game you could play. Another one is just set yourself up to be open and ready to receive, because you got a lot of good energy coming to you with that sun card. All right, well, real quick, we're going to activate some energy here. If you need to go, I get it. We're a little bit past time today. But let's close our eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, settle in. Allow yourself to open up and receive that connection with spirit, source, God, the divine, whatever you call that energy that is bigger, infinite, all-knowing, expansive. Doesn't even have to have a name. You can feel it. You sense it around you. Allow yourself to connect with that energy, to move and allow that energy to move through you, become integrated, become one with it. And in this space of connection, I want you to ask your guides, God, the divine, whatever that energy is, whatever label you have assigned it, allow me to be open this week. I want to be open to inspiration. I want to be open to new thoughts. I want to be open to feeling the flow of the universe moving through me, guiding my steps. I want to surrender the idea that I need to have the GPS coordinates to my goal. And I want to instead relax and enjoy the route. Maybe it's more scenic than I intended. Maybe it's taking a little bit longer than I thought, but I am going to enjoy being in the flow, and I'm going to trust, and I'm going to surrender and just allow myself to be gently guided forward. And I'm going to have fun with it. It's ready. I'm ready to have more fun with my life, Spirit. I'm ready to feel guided, to feel more sure, and to have more fun. And so, Spirit, I'm going to open up and I'm going to be on the lookout. I'm going to allow it. I'm going to receive it. And I'm going to be on the lookout for signs and energy and feeling and thoughts that show me that I am pointed in the right direction. All right, take a deep breath in and a slow exhale, and allow yourself to stay in that energy throughout the week, open, allowing, and receiving. All right. Thank you all so much. I'm going to say bye to everyone, but there is a question over in chat from Lisa. Lisa, if you want to hang around, let me see. I'm having trouble. Looks like in life because I feel like I should go. Yes. Okay, Lisa, I'm gonna answer that question real quick because you and me are in the same boat. I'm a doer, which means if I'm not doing something, I'm looking around going, what the hell is going wrong? Um, and it is a practice. It's not something you're just going to wake up with and be like, I can just go and do whatever and relax and the world is going to be fine. It's a practice because your brain is saying, I have to do something or else it's going to be off track. So all I have to say is practice with it. Find a couple of times a week when you can actually relax. Schedule relaxation time in for you if that helps for you. Schedule time in to say, for these 15 minutes out of the day, I'm just going to relax. You don't have to make big, sweeping changes in your life. You just have to allow your nervous system to understand that it is safe for you to relax. Do that enough times, and relaxation will come more easily for you. All right. Thanks, everyone.